Continuing our series of Women in WordPress, this Women's History Month and beyond, my next guest is Mary Hubbard. Hi, Mary. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. It's good to see you as always. So, people who may not know who you are, I think a lot of people know who you are, but if they don't, tell us where in the world you're located and what you do with WordPress.
I am in the Pacific Northwest, relatively recently, and I am the executive director of WordPress project.
And that sounds so easy to say, but I'm going to guess there's a lot behind that title.
It's, it's not even easy to say, right? So,
What are some of the things in your day-to-day that you manage?
everything from I look and monitor things that are happening within the community. I handle any escalations that come through, and then I help prioritize or strategically prepare WordPress for the next generations.
That's fantastic. I am on the current release team, and I
Oh,
know that
you
you've been monitoring what's happening with that as well. I think it's
are?
going pretty well. We just put out beta 2 today, so anybody watching this next year, just know that it was for 6.8.
And also, help amplify it if you're watching it right now too. I saw your post the other day, and I reposted it. Let's use our network to push out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So this is Women's History Month, and on this past Saturday, which was International Women's Day, there were, I think, gosh, I should have counted them, like 8, 9, or 10 different events happening all in India around women in WordPress. I was so excited. First of all, I got to be included in the one that was online, but I was so excited to see all the pictures, all of the women speaking, and the women's connections that was happening there. How do you th I mean, obviously, I'm going to say, how do you feel about it? You're going to be like, it was awesome. So let me take it to the next step. How do you think that women, like, we can connect with other women to make that more than just in India and to make that more global? Do you have any ideas behind that?
Well,
I know
I
I
think
didn't
in
tell you I was going to ask this.
Yeah, in general, India is booming right now when it comes to WordPress. All of
It
Asia
is.
is, and so I think
Mm-hmm.
what we really need to focus on is the excitement. Like they are excited to be a part of this community. They're excited to get going, and really, excitement and passion is what drives innovation and drives the community
Yeah.
aspect of it. So I think to really reinvigorate that feeling here in the
Mm-hmm.
US, throughout Europe. That is what is needed. And that's done through community connection. So reach
Yeah.
out, like, especially women with women. I mean, we're taught from very young in our careers to lean on women. Infamously, Sarah, what is it, Sandberg had said, lean in. But what does
Yeah.
that truly mean in the WordPress community?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about lean in, it's make those connections. It's be a
Yeah.
part of this, be a part of this, come work within it, work the forums, and then connect locally, connect
Mm-hmm.
globally, and
Yeah.
reach out before you connect. Reach out before, right? Before
Yeah.
you hit a word camp or before you hit a meetup. Talk to people, invite people. People love to be invited, whether they can make it or not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's very true, especially, and I've often said, don't expect everybody to just apply to speak at those events or apply to be volunteers. Sometimes you have to tap people on the shoulder and say, I'd love to see you apply. I can't guarantee a spot in speaking, but I'd love to see you apply so that we have more women involved in what's happening. And I did hear on Saturday during that event saying people were excited to see more women on stage and how important it is to see people who are like you taking on
Mhm.
those kinds of roles to inspire you to do more. And I think that's so true.
And we need more of it because it's scary and nerve-wracking. And like the
Yeah.
more we do it and the more we interact and the more we connect, the easier it is for other people to follow. And I
Hmm.
think a lot of that is lost, like the human aspect. We're behind our computers, we're always on Zoom,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, no, actually, I'd love to get coffee with you and just learn more about you. So this is why it's what you do every day is so great because
Yeah.
it humanizes our community, and that's really what we need. And that's where India is thriving. That is
Hmm.
local. They're together. I mean, they're
Yeah.
getting these meetups and these camps are gigantic. It's fantastic
Yeah.
to see.
It's very exciting. And WordCamp Asia next year is going to be in India and Mumbai, which is also
Yeah,
very exciting.
very
Oh my
exciting.
gosh, I hope I get to go.
So
So,
Well, and I hope to see this as such a true success. It actually tailors into a WordCamp India. So we have a WordCamp
hmm.
Asia and a WordCamp India as flagships. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how we evolve this long term.
Yeah, me too. And any support they need, I know that you're there for it, and so am I.
And so are you.
Why is WordPress important to you over all the other CMSs that you could have joined and been part of early on? Why did you lean into WordPress more than anything else?
Well, originally it's because of its flexibility, its ease of use, and it's not just the dominance. I think, if you go back years ago, market dominance, of course, is prevalent. We understand. But I think WordPress often gets undersold. Like you can do so much with the core software. And it's very easy to use and it's extremely scalable. So it
Hmm.
should be first of choice. Plus, like SEO, its performance, its benefits, it's just extremely hard to ignore. And it's built to load fast. Like
Hmm.
that is at its core like the great aspects of the CMS. But I think I've said this multiple times. The reason I am here and why I came back is for open source.
Yeah.
The fact that it's open source is huge, and within the global community means there's always support. There's innovation continuously happening, and we are at a crossroads of technology, right? Like when we're looking at AI, what AI, open AI means, what
Hmm.
AI innovation means, and then what open source means, and how all of this is controlled,
Yeah,
or iterated upon. But
absolutely.
WordPress is simply the most trusted solution out there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Okay, last question. For women who are either starting their tech journeys and their WordPress journeys or thinking about it, what would be advice that you would offer to them?
Um, this has since become somewhat of like a buzzword, but I always say like you need to be your authentic self and trust in yourself. Trust you have the abilities. It's easy to doubt your abilities. Women often do, but you bring
Yeah.
value, and you shouldn't underestimate that. And
Hmm.
we talk about building your network and building it early. Let's
Hmm.
stop thinking network is what can you do for me versus I do for you. That's not a network. It's a strong support system of
Hmm.
mentors, peers, especially other women, and it makes a huge difference. And like I tell my children, use your words. Use your words. It's
Yeah.
extremely flattering for someone to come up and say, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I think what you're doing is great. Can I be a fly on the wall? Can you mentor me? Can I bounce this idea off of you?
Hmm.
Be open to that learning and open to that environment, because feedback's not failure, it's growth.
Yeah,
So I
I
really
agree.
think that inward,
Hmm.
and people can spot a fake. So the more and more
Oh yeah.
authentic you are and true to yourself, the better off you will be. Um, so I really think people should pay attention
Yeah.
to that,
I
and
love that.
advocate. Yeah, advocate.
Self-advocacy. Self-advocacy and advocacy for others is something that I have beat that drum over and over and over because if, and I even said it in the talk I gave on Saturday, nobody is as invested in your future as you are.
As you are. Exactly.
Right? So other
Exactly.
people may be interested and they may want to see you succeed, but you are the one who wants that more than anybody else. So
Right.
awesome. Well,
Be
Mary, thank you
resilient.
so much.
Thank
Same.
you.
I know brief interviews, and we've talked in depth. I'm sure we will again, recorded or otherwise. But I really appreciate you taking some time from your day to help tell your story a little bit and get some insight into, your thoughts about WordPress. So thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.